extra time.
All right, Don, well bowled, 4 for 55. You must be delighted with that. And how big a confidence boost is that for you too?
Yeah, to be honest, mate, I thought I was bowling really well at the moment. I know there's obviously a bit of chat at goal, but like I said, we haven't bowled that much in a match situation. And I was actually really confident going out there. More importantly than anything, it's more about the collective. We've taken 6 today, and I think it's set up the game nicely. We've seen it started to spin, and it's only going to get more. We're obviously pretty close to a new ball, I think. So, mate, I think we're in a great seat at the moment. And
was that Kohli dismissal particularly special for you? The delivery, and obviously one of the best batsmen in the world.
Yeah, it was, and I think more for the fact that what my process was. It wasn't obviously of course, he was looking to get them out, but it's not about bowling that magic ball. It's about smashing in 10, 15 balls in a good area, and then something will happen, and it's that process of getting there, and that's what I was really pleased about. That I kept him in a spot, and then one's gone, and it's gone straight to Popey.
And in terms of the match situation, how confident now are you of winning this game from here? As you mentioned, the pitch seems to be turning a lot. How do you feel about the match situation?
Again, I don't want to get too far ahead and say anything rash, but I think the most important thing is coming back, finishing off this first innings, seeing where they are at that point, because obviously they got these 2 that can certainly bat, and then we go from there. But like I said, we put ourselves in a very good position. I think the way we went about our batting first innings, the way we've gone about it in Sri Lanka as well, obviously led by Ruti, has been phenomenal. Obviously having Stokesy back, having Burnsy back, Jofra's come back in. I think we've just sort of kicked on again from Sri Lanka. And like I said, we come back tomorrow, we reassess. Hopefully we take 4 wickets. Obviously the new ball's around the corner. Yeah, we see what the situation is. We know that games over here speed up very quickly. I've seen the stats and the averages, sort of back end of the game. I think that's really important. So again, we stick to our process, and hopefully we'll be on that side. But like I said, tomorrow is just a new day.
The wicket of Kohli, I mean, is that the wicket that's given you most satisfaction in your Test career so far?
I mean, it's certainly up there. It's certainly I guess obviously the player, the caliber of who he is, I think is phenomenal. Obviously he's a world-class player, one of the best. Again, it's more the process. It's more what I'm learning, what I'm doing that is getting me to that, if that makes sense. And like I said, I'm 23. I'm only going to keep growing here, and the journey's going to be up and down. But yeah, it's obviously giving me confidence. I think, like I said, we go back. I don't want to think about it too much. We're in the middle of the game. Do you know what I mean? We've got so much to work on. It's like I said, we've got him as a team. We'll have to try and get him out next innings. And like I said, it's a long series. Yeah.
Is that the best you've bowled in Test cricket?
Yeah, I think so. I thought I bowled really well at Cape Town when I actually came back on a pretty solid wicket. Again, I thought I bowled well in Port Elizabeth, but I guess coming from the lack of preparation, I talk about obviously after the summer having quite a big break, and obviously myself moving away. I had to do a lot of things outside of cricket, obviously moving house, and at times how stressful it is. I don't know, I've got to thank my girlfriend for doing most of it, but I think the preparation in terms of that, it was very different and very new to me. So it was really important to make sure that I had real confidence in my mentality, that side of it, and my process. I think that was a really important thing. And like I said, I think it's...
I'm not surprised.
Process. I think it's really important to stick with the process of that. And I guess that's the most important thing. It's not about who you're getting out or what. It's the consistency of balls. And like I said, I thought I bowled pretty well.
It was a day of contrasting fortunes for the two spinners, for yourself and Jack Leach. What do you say to Jack after a day like he's had and a day like you've had?
I thought he bowled really well, and that's not me just saying it. You look at the way he bowled to Pant, and you look at the way he bowled to Sundar. You get the spot map. I reckon there's 20 balls within a spot. Pant's just a complete different player. Pant played a phenomenal innings, and again, if one goes straight up there, it's a complete different game. They're 5 down, and they are really in a big hole. I think how he played was really courageous and actually really bold, and we know he plays like that. But how Leachy again came back and just kept smashing a leg shows the qualities that he has. And again, I know people will look at the outcome. At one point, I know he's going at 10s. It doesn't matter. I thought he bowled really well. How he came back, and again, it's about a collective. It's about getting 10 wickets together. And like I said, he's so strong mentally. He's been through a hell of a lot. That's not going to faze him at all.
He had the catch drop towards the end of the day's play as well, but England's catching today was top class for most part.
Yeah, and like I said, I tell you what, that sums up cricket. And I know Leachy was laughing a little bit, and I was laughing. Obviously, it's gone straight up, and you drop catches, whatever, and that probably summed Leachy's day up. Just unlucky, and you go to my side, and I've bowled slightly fuller one, and Ruti's taken an absolute blinder. And like again, that sums up the cricket. Like that is cricket. It's going to happen. So I think, like I said, going back to your original question, I think the way that our fielding has been, the amount of hard work that you see the lads do in and around the bat. I know we got Popey, Crawley, Bluey, obviously phenomenal in that short leg area, close catching, obviously Ruti, Bluey, Stokesy. I think there's no surprise that we're doing what we're doing out there, and you see those speckies.
Yeah, hi Dom, well bowled. We spoke to you in Sri Lanka, and you gave a pretty convincing defence of what some people might call luck. You know, you said you've got your fielders in certain positions for good reasons. You know, if a seam bowler gets one down the leg side, that's not luck. What would you say about the Pujara dismissal? Can we put a bit of L on that?
Do you know what? I'm so Sal. I'm not bothered about how it comes. Like I said, the seamers get some down leg side. Again, he's using his feet. He's using his feet well. He's done well to try and obviously pull it. And like I said, you're due a bit of luck, aren't you? I think there's so many times you bowl good balls and you don't get luck. To be honest, mate, I'm not that bothered. It happens. That's cricket.
I just thought that in contrast as well, you know, that was, you know, unplanned, I guess. But when you were walking off with Rory Burns at lunch, the cameras panned and showed you kind of illustrating exactly how you were looking to get the batsman coming forward. The inside edge would go to short leg. And so the sort of careful planning and strategy for that versus the other one shows it can work both ways.
100%. And actually, you look at the way Pujara bowled, and if people were actually watching the game, to see how many times potentially quite close to getting caught at short mid wicket, at a slightly deeper mid wicket. Obviously, he was running. There's a couple of times that obviously bat pad as well. So, like I said, he's.
Hi Don, well bowled. Just sort of wanted to touch on that about the importance of your fields, because I think I'm right in that the ball to Virat, you had a deep point. Is that right? And he maybe was playing a bit squarer than he otherwise might have done, and you blocked mid wicket off to Pujara. Like, obviously, hitting your right areas is important, but what about how important is the field and getting that in the right position?
100%. So, like I said, I obviously had point back. Firstly, to allow myself to get into it, but actually, it's quite an attacking option. I know Kohli went back to one and worked one in, and my whole challenge is to get them out there, get them playing there, wanting one. To then obviously hopefully one spins back and it brings your short leg, it brings your mid wicket in, brings your mid on in. And I actually thought I held my length really well, held my line as well really well, so that actually they couldn't go through the offside. And again, it's actually I do see it as a really attacking option.
Hello, Tom. Well bowled. I thought Jack bowled very well as well. I wondered whether you'd seen people come at him like that before. Presumably they have done quite often at Taunton. And whether the way that they look as if they're going to try and play you this series gives both of you a bit more opportunity, because it looks as if they're going to try and hit you out of the attack at times.
100%. And like I said, I just want to stress, if one goes straight up there, they're 5 down and they're in a heap of trouble. And a lot of people obviously wouldn't have the runs there, but there were so many times where it just went over the rope. And you guys obviously aren't here, but there's a massive breeze going across that way. So if obviously it's in his favour. And again, it's a great battle. We've got 450, 500 runs on the board. I only see it as an opportunity. Again, he's hit every single one of them so cleanly, and that's good execution. That's probably why he's playing Test cricket for India, because he can do that. But if one goes up, it's a different game. And I stress, I go back to that pitch map. You see where Leachy bowled to Sundar, Washington, and you see when he bowled to Pan. It's hitting the exact same box that all of the deliveries are in. It's just two completely different players. We know what Pan can do. We know he's going to come at us. So there's like I said, there's no surprise element to it. We know that's going to happen. You've got to see it positives. It's going to bring you massive opportunities if they get it wrong.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.